Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In this tutorial I'll show you how I made this simple flayed top. I made the green for this tutorial and I sold it off almost immediately, so I had to make another one for myself. So I decided to use 2 Ankara fabric for it. Watch. Okay, this is the fabric I'll be using. Is an Ankara print and I'll be using 3 yards of it. Okay, so now I'm just going to fold my fabric into 4, and where I have the close parts, here, I'll be marking out my shoulder measurement, which is 8 inches. Okay, so there I also mark my neck measurement. I use 3.5 by 8 inches for this part. 3.5 by 8 inches, because it's going to be at the front and the back, so you want it to be like wide enough to take it. All right, so the next thing I'll do now is to take my shoulder slope of 1 inch. Okay, I took my shoulder slope of 1 inches and connecting it with a ruler. Then I'll determine the depth of my V. I'm using 13 in this video. Then I'll connect it from the point of my shoulder slope down to that 13 inches. After which I'll be adding a sewing allowance of 1 inch. I'm just basically adding extra 1 inch so that at the end of the day to not shorten my measurement. I just added the 1 inch and I connected it up and down like that. Okay, so then I'll just cut that out. It's just a simple techniques. Just going to cut it out. Okay, the next thing after cutting is, now I'm going to have 2 pieces, the front and the back. Right, the next thing I did was to cut lining and paper stay to my fabric. Okay, paper stay, I infused that on the fabric itself and trim out all the excesses. I've trimmed out the excesses and this is what I have. Now I'm going to place the lining on it and sew round the neckline, or rather I sew the neckline in a V form like so. Right, I'll do the same thing to the second one and I'll bring it back. Okay, now I'm done sewing it down. I'll just notch the V so it's easy to turn. Okay, I'll do the same thing to the second side. Then I'll take it to my pressing table and give it a very good press. Okay, it's very important you press your garment. It helps it lie flat and nice. Okay, now I've joined the shoulders together. I'm just sewing, ironing open the seam allowances on the shoulder. I just joined the shoulder basically together, front facing the front. Okay, for the lower part, I use 16.5 by 95. And I cut 2 pieces of that, okay? 16.5 was the length and the width was 95. I stitched together the sides and weaved it. That is, I stitched each side together the 19.5. So I stitch it together so I have a wider range so I can pleat it. This totally depends on how wide you want your own to be. So you can make it more than that. So that's what I have now. I'm just going to try and place the shoulder, meeting the joining, so it look like a continuation on that part. So I'll just pleat it all around it. You have to be careful in your pleats. So now I'm done. This is what it looks like. I've pleated it and also I weaved it at that part. Okay, so I have it nicely done. After which, the next thing I did was to hem the lower parts of the dress, of the top. I just like went ahead to hem it, like folding it over and sew on top like that. Then I kind of create a sleeve line for it. How do I do that? I marked from the tip, that's the joining part on the shoulder. I marked 15 inches, okay, 15 inches, and I went in and I sewed inside by 7 inches. So just from that point of 15 inches, I just sewed in by 7 inches just to create that armhole so that the cloth does not open when you lift up your hand. It doesn't just open it up. And that is it. That's the hand. I hope